Hey, what's up guys, this is SDBzorfficial and I'm going to give you a tutorial video on how to do running animation. So, before that, I'm just going to go and clarify that I don't really like doing animation tutorials for you guys. But thanks to Slime Studios, which he did a walking animation, I'm going to teach you how to do a running animation in the FMR5 and the FMR4. Now, the reason why is that he actually explained that this is his own style, so I'm going to explain the same. This is my own style of my animation, so there are no limitations that you guys, if you guys think that okay, maybe this is a little bit more and this is a bit less, that will be your own choice. So you guys will get to, you know, explore around your animating things. So you see, I just off my auto keying, which is what I always do. Alright, so the major difference that you always will find in the FMR5 is the stretchy parts. So the thing about stretchy parts is that it actually improves your running. Like, if you don't realize it, your leg actually stretches a little bit, but obviously not this much. This is a little bit exaggerated, honestly, but you actually stretch a little bit. So if you actually stretch, you probably just like, you don't realize it, but you actually stretch a little bit, not a lot. You don't really see it, but you stretch a little bit. But it also enhances your running animation, your walking animation, or you know, something that you want to make slightly more cartoonish. Most likely like cartoon 3D animations, they will be like very stretchy and everything. Alright, let me just drink my apple juice here first.
Oh yeah, the feels.
Okay, that was a legit voice, guys. Okay, so let's get right to it. So the first thing you need to do is you need to set up what you are comfortable with. Now, what I am comfortable with is actually using in the FMR4 is I'll be using arm, FK, and my wrist. I don't use fingers. And same goes to the FMR5. I use the FK, and that's basically much it. Oh, and auto keying must be on for me, which is my necessity in a way. But sometimes I off them, I on them, so it depends on which matter I off and on. So for you guys, you're going to be animating either FMR4 or FMR5. For me, I'm going to be animating both because this is going to be a FMR4 and a FMR5 running animation. So you guys can actually probably follow, and both of them will run at the same, except with the different features. And I'll be able to also see how my running animation in FMR4 will look like in FMR5. I mean, I already did an animation. I did a running animation in FMR5 and I showed it to you guys in the previous video. But yeah, I'm just gonna try it out and everything. You know, there's no stopping. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you're gonna grab your pelvis because you want to get your first position on how your running animation will look like. So put it down like about 6 or 10, I don't know, up to you. I'm just gonna put it to 6.6. The best is you don't want to actually do too organic. Like, let's say it's like you're gonna, oh, I'm gonna put at 5 centimeters. I advise you not to do that, or else your running animation will look very stiff. Like, let's say you keep repeating and then everything will be the same. Your animation will look very stiff, or very equal or very symmetrical in a way. People don't see it, but some people can see it, honestly. So it depends on the people's perspective, honestly. So yeah. Alright, so once you're done with that, you want to go and get your right leg, because we're going to get the right leg to actually move to the front. So you're going to start with your right leg, then you're going to run to your left leg after that. So once you're done with that, grab your left leg and then you're going to pull them all the way back. So I'm going to use my FMR4 a little bit and then go and check it out how that goes. So that's about, it's about there. I didn't see what number was that, but that's about there. And then you put it up a little bit. So as you can see, the stretch only affects when this thing is far away, but when it goes up to where I want it to be, it doesn't affect at all. So yeah. So for me, I'll normally actually start off with a rotating already, but you guys can actually stay the rotation as it's normal if you want to, but I will actually just move it like this and stuff like that. Yeah. Alright, so we are only going to touch with the leg part, so we are not going to go through the body and the hands yet, which is my style. But if you guys have the different style, you can actually try to do it yourself, because I'll be doing the top part once I'm done with like about 4 step or 5 step of running, or maybe I reach until 90, I don't know. And always, when you're done with one part of the animation, please save your foot. Derp. Alright, so once you got that, you'll probably have a what it looks like a running animation, a running pose, I suppose. A pose, I suppose. Lame jokes all the way. Okay. So you will want to now. Alright, so normally I'll actually take this ones and then select both of them. It depends on what you're comfortable. You can actually select your pelvis, or you can select the visual selector. That's basically up to you. So we're gonna go with the 15 frames first. So when we've got the 15 frames, we're just going to go and drag it until we'll be like, okay, that's the one we want. About 110 to 120. That's basically up to you. Okay, so and then your left leg, you want to make sure that it's at 0 so that it's down. And this one is also, your y-axis must be 0, and you drag this all the way until here. Oh, okay, hold on a second, we have an error here. Okay, so this is upside down, so we put it to 0. This at the same time is also upside down, so we have to put it to 0. Alright, now we got it. So as you can see, the FMR5 messed up a little bit of the FMR4, so we're just gonna make sure, you know what, basically make sure that this thing's slightly bent and make sure that it's not stretching or anything, then it'll be fine. Okay. Alright, so what I have finally know is if I want to animate my FMR5 nicely, I'll actually just need a proper leg that is going like a block. So yeah, I have that style now added to my memory already. I hope I remember that after the future. Okay. So now you will want to go back to 10 frames, because what we are going to do now is we are going to keyframe this one separately, and we're going to go to the 15 frame and we're going to raise it up higher. Now normally you will see like this. Okay, now you want to go straight up, and now you want to go a little bit to the front until you see a nice bend. Well, a bend, well, basically up to you what bend you want. And once you got that, you should have a proper running step-ish thing. Well, I'm gonna go and cue that off. This laptop won't be able to run FMR5 and FMR4. Alright, so we got a sort of synchronized thing. Alright, so we're gonna do probably about 5 steps of it so that we can get a nice running animation. Not like previously what I did was a 3 step, which was retarded. Very retarded. Okay, so this would probably look like what it seems to look like the first step to the 15 frame. And that's how you do your 1 cycle animation. Right. So now we're gonna go until to 30 frames. Yeah, so same thing, we're gonna grab their waist or their pelvis, if you want to say that also, up to you. We're gonna drag it until the liking of us. So I'm gonna go and depend on the FMR5 right now. So the FMR5 now for me, it's here, and for the FMR4, it's a little bit off the gap. That's it. Alright, so once you got that, you want to take their right leg this time, and you want to put them down, and you want to go front. Now if you realize something, that you will have this interesting curve, which is a good thing, which is what we want. I actually want that curve to happen, because I'll get a slightly more realistic you know, like I don't know, but it looks very enhanced and nicely done. So yeah, I got another different running style that I've used it in its Mac, but I'm not going to show that because that's a little bit too weird. So I'm going to show you the one that I'm using right now. So yeah, yay for you guys, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what to feel anymore. Okay. So once you got that, same procedure, go to the left leg, keyframe that, and then go to frame 30 and go up about 60 or yeah, about 60, and you know, go until it bends, and you should get that tick, like you know that WhatsApp very thick. Yes, no, 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 anyone, no. Oh, okay. That was lame as fuck. Alright, so now you actually get your run cycle, basically your whole run cycle, honestly. Yeah, that's it, your whole run cycle. So that is how you can do your very own run cycle. So if you made it this far, it's amazing. Good. Alright, so we are going to do a few more steps until we probably reach to 90, because I have a feeling that we can go all the way until 90, but I don't know at which leg, at which one, but we're going to go and just do it. So yeah, this is actually going to go to 45, so I have a feeling like about 6 steps. Alright, so same procedure, everything the same. As you can see that I actually changed a little bit of my style now, in a way, but you know, you can change anytime, and anything can be changed. So like now my preference is a little bit changed. I don't know, I'm getting a new style now. Right now, as you can see, as you're seeing live right now, guys, you are actually observing me actually learning my own self also at the same time. So yeah, even though when we are like really experienced, I don't call myself experienced at all, but even though let's say us like right now, we still can improve. We are still learning. Even masters are still learning. Yeah, that's all I would say. So if you're not good, don't worry. Don't worry if you're not good. All you have to do is just keep practicing. And if you love doing animation, you would actually never give up. But if you rage on animation, which is probably a normal thing, I guess, but I haven't seen how animation work is. But for me, I don't find, if I love the thing, I wouldn't even rage on it unless, you know, the whole file gets corrupted or something. That would be very, 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 very painful, honestly. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit, since you guys probably know. If you actually know, I'll actually give you a link which will skip the video until where I go to the next thing after this running thing. So yeah, click on the stuff. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Yeah, at the moment I'm just going to keep continuing, and yeah, I'm saying a lot of yes, yeah, yeah, you are. I don't know why. This probably take a while. Alright, there we go. Now we got a 4-step. Yeah, very nice. I like that. I like that. So, how have you guys been animating? Have you been animating good? Are you guys still even watching this? If you guys are actually still watching this, I'm amazed. I'll be shocked that you guys are still watching this. It's amazing how loyal people can be. Like, some people can be really, really loyal that they actually don't skip the video at all and they just keep watching. I actually really salute to you guys for that, which is amazing. Which is what I used to do in Jacksepticeye's video. But now I don't really find his videos that entertaining as before. But he still gives me the hype. He honestly still gives. I fucked up. We can fix that later. But I fucked up. But yeah, man. Amazing. How people can be that amazing. Right. Alright, so we are actually almost done. Yay! Almost done, just one more. Oh, I fucked up on that part. I fucked up. Never mind. It's okay. There you go, fixed. Alright. Yeah, done. Alright, so once you got that, you should have your, well, running animation. What seems to be like your leg actually running. That's what you're supposed to get. So yeah, that's how you do a proper running animation. Now as you can see, on a difference of length, I guess it's not a lot. It's more enhanced, but I guess if you maybe change this, the fancy fit, like if you see here, it's more like Steve is actually going to leave the ground. But I guess this one, well, you probably have to do something. But it looks nice. See, I mean, it looks more stretchy. I mean, the animation style can be different, but yeah. Alright, so now we're done with the leg part, and I guess that took about 15 minutes about there. I don't know, animating can be so long that you actually drag off until you don't even know how long you actually animated. So yeah, that is why sometimes intros can't be made in time because of that. Alright, so now you're gonna go and put your body down a little bit on your pelvis. So now we're gonna actually do the torso part nicer. Alright, so just drag it down a little bit, don't drag it down too much or else you look very weird. Unless you're doing a pure sprinting, then be my guess. But I assume like you best is you just go like about 25 at least. Then you edit your middle section and you go down a little bit more, so that you know you have that slight more realistic. Why are you going more lower than what you're supposed to be? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do both of you separately because apparently you two don't want to sing properly. Oh, it's more different. Oh no, it's the same. Yeah, you two are brothers, but you don't even want to sing properly together. You two are not gonna get along together. I mean, your mouth is so up high, your mouth is so up low. Just what? My lip boy is here. The mic is right there, and this. Okay. So once you have done that, you should have a ninja style animation. So that's how people do ninja animation. Why am I doing that to my race? The Asians. Why? Okay. Alright, so now we are going to probably split from FMR5 and FMR4 from here. Then later we'll go, you know, inwards to back to track again. So yeah, so for FMR5, if you want to do okay, so before that I must do the stuff that FMR5 and FMR4 can do. Okay, so what both of you can do is, well, we're gonna start with FMR4 a little bit here. You're gonna bend their arms a little bit, and same as here, bend your arms a little bit. So yeah, you get both of them to bend their arms. So that is basically much it. Oh, and the neck also. So I'm gonna take both of your necks and I'm gonna crack it up onto here, and you're gonna look a little bit more different. Yeah, it'll be fine. Alright, so now we're gonna start with the hands, and because of the difference between FMR4 here and FMR5 without here, yeah, I'll be probably splitting it. So for those who are actually going to use this center button here on FMR4, please hold on to this video and we are going to continue right there. For those that are going to use this two on the FMR5 and this two on the FMR4, because I don't know, people have different styles of it, please click the FMR5 because it will be forwarding you to the next video, forwarding to the next timeline video, which will have that. So I don't know how long will this video be. Hopefully not too long. Okay, so FMR4 people, those that are using the center thing, welcome to another tutorial on how to do your hands. Okay, so I am just going to go and give you how you run. So when you run, you actually have your left hand in the front as your right leg is in the front, and when your left leg's at the back, your right hand's at the back, which will give you that running feel. Yeah, which will give you that running feel. So you should look like this. You should look like this, damn mates. It should look like this, damn mate. See, this is why how laggy it is. Like, you just can't see my mouth just now at all. Okay, so once you're done with that, the first position, you should look at this, and it will look like a running animation. And he's just like standing there, like, what am I gonna do with my hands? Okay, so as you actually keyframe your legs to 15 frames, do that to the same, because that is what you probably do. And then just rotate it here. Yeah, and just keep doing that for every 15 frames. Keyframe to here. And if your hand, if you feel that your hand is not high enough, put it higher. Because why not? But don't put it too high. I mean, make it in the reasonable length that you think your hand can go. Because no one will want to run like an idiot with their hands so high up like that. So yeah, be slightly reasonable sometimes. So yeah, actually that's it. That's actually it. Yeah, that's it. So you should actually get this. Yeah, it looks a little bit stiff, but I guess we can work the curves and everything out. But I prefer to do it yourself because I don't use the curves yet. Not yet. But yeah. Alright. Alright, so people that uses these two things at the side, welcome to another tutorial where you get to use two different hands instead, like this simple stuff. Yeah. Also, for people that will use after this tutorial, click the FMR4 rig to skip to the next part of your tutorial. Alright, so welcome to more slight advance, more work needed doing your hands, because that actually took a very short while. Okay, so as I explained before that, when you're running, you guys have to run, right? So when your right hand is in the front, okay, you're just gonna put a right helix scenario. Oops, sorry, I dirt out too much. Oh, okay. So when your right leg is in the front, your left hand should be in the front, and when your left leg's at the back, your right hand's at the back. So if you do that simultaneously, you get your run animation. So I'm gonna do it the same to that, except compared to this one, we actually get to adjust how high we want. And here, at the same part, we get to adjust how high we want. So you can actually, ooh no. Okay, so we can actually adjust how high we want each hand to be. So you have a slightly more freedom than that, because that one is a fixed number, and you can actually do that by enabling the FMR4 shoulder, which I have forgotten. I just realized it, which is not a good thing, because I normally enable the shoulder first, because I always need the shoulder to tweak some stuff. So yeah. Alright, so as you can see, I feel like that is a little bit too high, so I'm just gonna go down a little bit, and yeah, we have that. So we're gonna do that for every 15 frames. So your hand goes at the back, and your hand here goes into the front, about 90 degrees. There, voice crack. And you do that for until you reach to 90, and that's it. That's how short it is. That's slightly longer than the previous one, but shorter, I guess. I think so. Maybe. I guess. Is it? So yeah, you guys actually get to adjust everything. Probably. think so. Maybe. I think so. I'm a little bit lost where I am right now. What am I supposed to say? What is life? What is... I know... No, Shrek is not life. But I don't Shrek. I don't even Shrek. Alright. Alright, so once both of your hand rigging is done, you should have this. Alright, I know why it seems. It seems a little bit rusty. Sort of. But, well, my opinion for that is actually on this part, on the ankle or the wrist, please do mess around a little bit with it, as it will make your running slightly more smoother and slightly more less stiff. So if you keep tweaking and everything, your running animation should look quite fine. But overall, that is actually how you do it. Or maybe we are forgetting something. Alright, so the thing that you guys, so the last thing that we need in our running animation is when you also realize when you're running on both of you, I'm talking about FMR4 and FMR5 people, or people in general, when you're running, you are actually moving your body left and right to get that maximum momentum or stuff like that. Now you can actually do that in here, left and right, but if you want to do that, you have to do that in the first stage when you are actually running already, so that you get a more longer run and you probably get a more nicer run. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a video of that, but yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just a little bit too tired to think already now. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna start off with our body turning movements. So hopefully, no, this still won't. So I have to do it one by one. Alright, so as you can see, as your right hand, left hand in this case, as your left hand is in the front, you probably turn your body a little bit to the right. So we're gonna do that the same. I'm gonna turn a little bit. I'm gonna do the same to here. And turn a little bit. Don't worry about the head, we will actually edit that later. So 15. So your guys' body are supposed to now turn here, turn a little bit here. Now don't turn too much here, or else it will look very weird. Now I'm actually scared a little bit to see if it's weird. Yeah, that thing is turning a little bit too much here. Okay, do that to the same to the FMR5. Turn a little bit, not too much. Just make sure that it crosses the half and make sure that it looks like it is a little bit turned already. In this case, I guess it's a little bit too much. See, that's a lot of tweaking and patience when you want to make a perfect one. I'm trying to give you the best ones. And then the same for here, just go to your other side. Now you can actually choose to copy and paste, but I want to make my animation slightly more organic, or more, natural. Although it doesn't really look natural in the preview, but I don't know how it will appear in the render. Hopefully when it renders it out, it will be fine. I mean, this is only a 90 frame, but I'm going to render... Oh no, I'm not going to render 60 frames, so... Yeah. So. Oh, this is on the free, so it's a little bit more different. Yeah. The thing about animators, you need to know that we can be very silent, like really quiet, because the amount of concentration when you want to try to do stuff, even though when the computer is not lagging, very laggy computers or not laggy computers, you want to actually do very detailing as possible. In a way, for my perspective, that's why my animations are like a little bit more well, I guess I can say, because we actually put a lot of time into it sometimes. like not every time we put a lot of time into it, but in our animation we want to give you the best quality of all. Like the payment, that I don't really care about the payment, but I have to charge you guys because I just can't do it for free anymore. It just like, if I keep doing it for free in such a good amount of time and patience I have, it's not fun anymore. Like, I mean, I love doing animation for you guys, but it's just not fun. Like, if I keep doing it for free, it's like I'm working for a slave or something. Okay, so apparently what I've seen at FMR4 is it looks a little bit exaggerated now in frame 30. And most probably you guys actually have to edit a little bit. The amount of work you can actually put into your animations a lot. But what I'm seeing here right now in my screen, because it's running, I think about how many frames am I running in? 4, 5 frames. So it looks very stiff, but I think in the animation it wouldn't look as stiff as that. So yeah. Alright, so once we're done with that, we'll go to the hits. Now the hits will be a different preferences to everybody's rig, depending. So you have to animate it separately also. Okay, so I have to animate separately for FMR4 and FMR5 also. Especially when I'm doing 2 rigs, it's a little bit more harder. Now you guys actually have to walk through all of this to make a proper running animation. Because the output, the final output, it won't be 90 frames. I just realized that. The final one, it won't be in 90 frames. It will be probably in 60 or 40 frames. Oh, yeah, 60 I guess. So in workspace, right now what we are in, it's 90 frames. But in actual fact, you're actually only doing 40 if you want to do like a real-time running. Now, one thing that you want to note also is that where your head is going to turn is where you want your character to look. Probably is straight. But best is you actually have a like a center camera or something that you set up, and then you make sure that the head is looking right at it. So for me now, I'm having a slight problem on where the head is supposed to turn. So yeah. So the FMR5 looks a little bit stiff, but because this is a tutorial, so I can't really put a lot of work into it. I have to probably teach you guys. It's probably the FMR4 looks more better than the FMR5 in a way. It seems like that. Probably is my hand, and then my waist also. I didn't turn a lot honestly. Yeah. So make sure when you're actually doing the running animation, when you're doing with the well, not much to say about it, but there's just a lot of tweaking that you need to do sometimes. There we go. There, see there, right there. That's a big problem. In this part there, he doesn't look like he's running at all. It's like his body just stayed right there. Yeah, in one point that he looks really weird, and this one just looks very off. Look here, look here, look here, FMR5. Good boy. Now you don't have to actually change the blue color one. You can just put the green color one and just rotate a little bit like that. But I don't know. I just want to test out how the blue color one works. But if you guys are having a little bit problem and your body looks really weird right now, please do go and not do the blue color one and the red color one. Don't touch the red color one at all, unless you want to do like running from normal. Then you want to go slightly more faster. Then yeah, you can do that. But most likely, if you want to do the turning body one, please just touch the green color one. That's all you probably need. Alright, so once you're done with that, you're done with probably half of the running animation. Probably almost there. You're actually almost done, guys. So So I'm gonna put this to 100 frames so that I can actually see. You guys should probably also follow that if you're following the same frame rate as me. Okay, so if you see now, this is real time, and if you do right now, that is not how fast a running animation is supposed to be. Like if you compare it with a walking animation, a walking animation is about 10 frames or 20 frames for me, but 15 frames and 20 frames is not a very big difference. So I have to slow it down to one walk is 10 frames. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your visual selector. You can go it by clicking here. This is a must for everybody. You need to go to your free visual selector, highlight your FMR rig. I'm not gonna say that. If you are actually doing 2 rigs right now, same as me, you want to highlight with the visual selector at the same. You want to highlight the visual selector while this is highlighted. Press the shift key and just drag, and you get a lot of lines. And when you play it, some of your computers would lag a lot. So yeah, and yeah, this is all the keyframes that you have. Now a lot of keyframes are hidden and overlaid, which is yeah, quite not organic, but that's how I do my running animations. So now you're gonna highlight all of them, and you're going to reduce it until when you see here 15, change to 10, and make sure when this part is about about the 0 even number marker. So I'm gonna do that right now. As you can see, the 10 is not moving a lot, so I assume it's 60. Yeah, perfectly at 60. So yeah, it looks very laggy in here, but yeah, that's how your running animation should be. Alright, so apparently I have forgotten something surprisingly in this video right after I recorded that previous video. So yeah, here's the thing. You guys would probably want to use fancy feet also. You need to use fancy feet or else your running animation will look very weird, and your start will look like this and your end will look something else. So I'm gonna quickly go and do this so that yeah, stuff will go on very fast. Alright, so keyframe. Alright, so what you guys want to do is you're gonna keyframe your back legs to actually just go and rotate it all the way to here, about 120 something. But you might want to actually keyframe your all of your legs, like all of them. So you have to highlight both of your legs. Okay, so you need to do this, and you need to keyframe all of them so that they will all actually be keyframed into their default number, which will make your animation way much easier, because once you don't do this, you probably have a lot of problems. Trust me, you can occur a lot of problems. Okay, so now you're done with that, you can actually exit this one only, and now you can just freely go and do your stuff without actually even changing anything. So we're gonna go and slowly do it at 30 frames because we don't want to switch too much. 50 and done. Alright, so now go to your other leg. It doesn't feel like that it clicked. Okay, yeah, now it's this. Okay, this one. Then turn it.
We are going to play a typical
and then turn it. And then turn it. And yeah, now you actually should get a better one. Right, instantly. Yeah, way better, man. Alright, so yes, even me, I actually forget that sometimes. a lot of things can happen in animation. Like when you do tutorials, you could actually forget a lot of stuff, because it's honestly like you're teaching something, then suddenly you forgot something. So yeah, I should continue the video. Yeah. So I hope you guys actually enjoy this video. Leave a like if you really enjoyed this video and find this video very helpful. Do spread it out to your friends if you think this running animation is awesome and you think that your friends should actually learn it when they are having a struggle on their animation. Like, because my team is having struggle on their animation, I must well also teach them at the same time, and because my other stuff, and yeah, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I am going to render this out so that you guys can actually see how the output will be like. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and peace out. Bye bye.